you so much, Minister, for your time and for your excellent presentation this morning. It's quite obvious that Cameroon has a lot to offer to the African continent and is a leader in terms of what it can bring in terms of economic growth for the entire continent. So in line of that, what are you hoping this 2 days is going to be for you? Like, how have you seen the discussions over the last 2 days about trade liberalization, the role of Africa leading that, for Cameroon itself? Do you feel that there's leverages that Cameroon can make?
Thank you very much, first of all, for the opportunity to speak to a wider public than what we met today in the hall. It's been a great opportunity. In 2 days, you cannot sell all of Cameroon. There's so much about Cameroon to sell, but we tried to cluster in a few sessions, a few words, the essence of what Cameroon is in terms of our potentials. And we had in the room 200 stakeholders, people brought together by CIVIC, and the CTIS has that in particularity in the sense that it brings not only the numbers but the quality of our participants. So we're happy we're able to present Cameroon in all of its diversity, its business potential, the investment potential, the investment climate, the incentives we offer business, and the fact that through Cameroon you have access to many other countries. My colleague, the Minister for Plan, did actually say, you invest in Cameroon, you're investing in all of the Central African sub-region and Nigeria and the Congo. That's quite a wide market, but we are a bridge to those markets because of our bilingualism and because of our dynamic workforce, our trained manpower and all of that. So we had an opportunity today to share with the stakeholders all of these potentials, and we hope that we have given them enough appetite for them to want to find out more.
What role do you think the Commonwealth plays in all of this?
Well, the Commonwealth comes to the table with a very important convening capacity. The convening power of the Commonwealth is such that through the Commonwealth, you are talking to nearly 2.5 billion people, talking to 56 countries of the world. And through the Commonwealth, you are dealing with countries which not only have economic power, but can have strong political leverage. Within the Commonwealth, you have emerging markets, emerging economies, you have middle-income countries. The Commonwealth has a full range of countries with various potentials, and we fit in somewhere in the middle. And so our effort is to start from the top and pull from the bottom to make the best of it. The Commonwealth trade advantage is also the fact that after Brexit, Commonwealth countries now can pool their resources together because they share similar values and principles. In spite of the fact that Commonwealth countries are not geographically contiguous, okay, but in terms of values and principles, they share a lot in common. And that is what is called the Commonwealth trade advantage, which we think is a major advantage. And that is where, as a country, we want to showcase a comparative advantage, because we can take the Commonwealth to non-Commonwealth countries through our bilingualism.
I absolutely agree. When we talk about the Commonwealth, one of the things that has come out in the last 2 days is inequalities. That, it's the Commonwealth is not wealth that is spread across evenly. One of the things that I've heard a lot of experts from Africa talk in the last 2 days is ensuring that Africa is seen as not an extractive, continent, but wants to be a leader in terms of value adding and economic diversification. Is that the message that you want investors to understand?
That's actually the strong message we've always wanted to get the world to understand. To make the wealth in the Commonwealth common. That is, to be able to share the wealth generated within the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth has this advantage that within its membership, you have very small countries. You have middle-income countries. And the Commonwealth is that voice in the world which tries to draw attention to the realities and the concerns of these countries. That said, it is time for the Commonwealth to preach, try to change the narrative about some of the poorer members of the Commonwealth. Because, for example, Africa cannot continue being looked at as a continent where you just come and extract, take and go. We should be able to add value to the products on the ground. And it is to the advantage of the bigger members of the Commonwealth. If you have to deal with the issues of migration today, you have to do everything to sedentarize the populations by providing their basic needs where they are. If you just extract and go, with the terms of trade which we know, then how do you think you can forestall the push factor in terms of migration? So the issues of inequality, not only within countries but between countries in the Commonwealth, has to be dealt with within this context.
But surely that will take political will, which means that governments like Cameroon and others within the African continent sort of needs to lead that, so that, you know, investors understand this, the Commonwealth understands this, that Africa, yes, is open for business, but value-adding, economic diversification, being leaders, and taking ownership of the industries matter.
Yes, I think African leaders have come to the realization that the world is such that you don't just get what you deserve. You have to negotiate what you think you deserve. And African countries now are tooling themselves to be able to negotiate with the rest of the world what they deserve. That is why, for example, we have put in place the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is by itself a very attractive force, facilitating the movement of goods and services within the continent, which makes it a large market, which makes it attractive. And within that context, issues of extractive industries and all of that will be dealt with, because the larger you are, the easier it is to negotiate.
Is there anything you would like to add, Minister?
Well, just to thank you for this opportunity and to say my colleague, the Minister of Economy, will be delving a little more into our national development strategy, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful.